So, since The Batman comes out next week, I thought it would be fitting if I went over some of my favorite Batman novels that I own. Matt Reeves seems to be a pretty big Batman fan, and this new film seems to be based off of a few of the more popular novels, such as The Long Halloween. But I kind of wanted to go over a couple of other novels that I thought were pretty good. Now, these are a few of the Batman novels that aren't usually talked about as much as the other more popular ones, so I felt that it was fitting that I share them and what I like about them. The Three Jokers. Now, this one's kind of weird. This one isn't going to be everyone's favorite because this one is more of a reimagination of the Batman Rogues Gallery. This one basically just asks the question, what if there were three different Jokers that all existed simultaneously? And this one's just kind of fun, honestly. This one, I don't see this ever being turned into a film or the story being adapted to a movie, but overall, I think it's just a fun story in general, and there's a lot of really cool moments in it. I think the character interactions that we get are actually really cool. Now, all of this is going to be spoiler free. If you wanted to go check these out yourself, I highly recommend it, but this one's honestly just a fun time, and it's really interesting to see the journey that Batman goes on, chasing three of the same person, that being his greatest enemy of all time, the Joker. Yeah, honestly, I think this one's great, and it's just a fun time. The next one I wanted to talk about is a bit more popular. This one comes up on like top 25 Batman novel lists all the time, that being Hush. Hush is really fun. Hush is written by Jeff Loeb, who wrote The Long Halloween, which is what the new Batman movie is going to take some inspiration from, at least it seems like. Hush is very similar in the mystery behind it. You see Batman facing off against his rogues gallery, and they all their stories seem to be kind of intertwined, and it's just one thing after another for Batman. It's just really cool. Batman has all these interactions with all these characters that we know, and they all sort of seem interlinked and connected somehow, and it's a fun mystery as we get it unravel and figure out what was actually happening, and by the end, you, the reader, don't even know who to trust. This is another one that's really fun. They made an animated movie based off of it, but I recommend the novel over the movie. The movie adaptation wasn't done as well. Yeah, this one, there's a lot of characters in it, and then it's really fun to see all these characters interact with each other. Even if you think you know what's going to happen, it somehow finds a way to divert your expectations. So that's really fun. Also, I didn't mention this in The Three Jokers, but all of these books that I'm going to cover have amazing artwork. This one is just super crisp and super clean. Just like, look at that. I don't know if that showed up very well, but the art is just super good. That's one thing that I really love about most of the Batman novels, is that they just put so much work into the art style. And I think that the world Batman exists in with Gotham, and it just leads to so many cool scenes. I just love dark and gritty art styles. I don't know. That's just my thing. And the third book that I wanted to talk about is probably my all-time favorite Batman novel, Batman: Arkham Asylum. Now, this is hands down one of my favorite Batman novels, but it's also one of my favorite books of all time. This is what inspired the amazing Batman Arkham Asylum game. Honestly, one of the best superhero games ever, if not the best superhero game. It's hard for me to decide whether Arkham Asylum or Spider-Man for the PS4 is my favorite superhero game, but they're both very good. Just like the Arkham Asylum game, the Batman Arkham Asylum novel has Batman pretty much locked in Arkham Asylum with all of his greatest enemies, and it really explores Batman's psyche. This one is a lot darker than most Batman stories, which I think is awesome. The art style is absolutely insane. That is my favorite part about this. I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure all the panels are hand painted, and like, just look at this. This is insane to me. Like, this is just straight up out of a horror movie. Every single panel has so much stuff to look at, and I just want to reread this. There is so much that just went into this novel, and honestly, I think it's just a masterpiece. I love anything that really gets into the psychological side of Batman, because I think there's just so much interesting stuff there, and it's something that we don't get to see a whole lot, at least not in like the movies. I'm hoping with Matt Reeves being such a big comic book fan that he does incorporate the psychological side of Batman and in the darkness that he has to overcome to become the Batman. There's a lot of really good novels that I haven't been able to buy yet. I'm still building up my collection. These are just a few that I have already. If there's any that I absolutely need to own and read, let me know, because I really enjoy these Batman novels, and I'm really excited for the new movie. I'll probably make a video on it after I see it next Saturday. Maybe someday I'll make a more in-depth review of one of these. I just don't want to spoil anything on them. But if that's something that you would like to see, just let me know, and I'll do my best to do it. But anyway, yeah, that was my 3 novels that I feel like don't get talked about very much, at least not as much as the other ones. I think it's a really exciting time to be a Batman fan right now. But yeah, sorry this is a short video. I didn't really know what to do today, so decided I wanted to talk about Batman a little bit. But yeah, hope you liked it. I'll see you later. I'm actually probably gonna start rereading this, so
hiding in my covers, I don't get love, only get wrong numbers. Underneath this thunder, feel the rain fall on the wings of a lover. Looking down, I see you below. When I get too close, the winds will blow. I keep on falling faster. I'm losing all that matters. Right now, you're all I'm after. I hope you're my next chapter. I hope you're my next chapter.